What happens when two best friends fall in love with the same person? In this high school, romance, loyalty, love, and heartbreak collide. But in the end, only one heart can be chosen. Hey everyone, welcome back to Melika's Stories, the place where you'll find the most dramatic, heart-fluttering romance stories every week. Don't forget to stick around until the end of this story, because the ending will leave you breathless. In the bustling hallways of Ridgewood High, three lives were about to collide in the most unexpected way. Emma, a quiet girl with long chestnut hair and a sketchbook always tucked under her arm, never thought she would be caught in the middle of something so complicated. She had always believed her junior year would be about studying, drawing, and maybe surviving gym class. But everything changed when she met Daniel. Daniel was charming, funny, and had that easy smile that could light up an entire room. He wasn't the loudest guy in school, but his kindness made him stand out. Emma met him in art class when he leaned over and complimented her drawing of a city skyline. From that moment, something inside her shifted. She started to notice the way his eyes crinkled when he laughed, the way he always held the door open for people, and the way he made her feel seen. But Emma wasn't the only one who noticed Daniel. Her best friend, Olivia, had known Daniel for longer. Olivia was bold, confident, and the life of every party. She had this golden hair that caught the sunlight and a laugh that echoed through the halls. To everyone at school, Olivia seemed untouchable, but beneath that radiant smile, she had been quietly falling for Daniel too. The two best friends didn't realize they were both holding a secret. Emma thought she could keep her crush hidden, tucked away in the corners of her sketchbook. Olivia thought her feelings for Daniel were safe because she had never told a soul. But things don't stay hidden forever. It all started one Friday evening after school when Daniel invited both Emma and Olivia to study for the upcoming math test. They sat together in the library, laughter bouncing softly between the bookshelves. Emma noticed the way Daniel's gaze lingered a second too long on her drawings. Olivia noticed the way he leaned closer to Emma when he explained a problem, and that's when the silent war began. Neither girl wanted to admit it out loud, but their hearts were beating for the same boy. The air between them grew heavier with each passing day. Smiles turned into forced laughter, and small jokes carried hidden tension. The first crack in their friendship showed when Olivia casually asked Emma, "So, do you like Daniel?" Emma froze, her cheeks burning. "What? No, of course not," she lied, clutching her sketchbook. Olivia smiled, but her eyes were sharp. She knew. And deep down, Emma knew too this was only the beginning of a storm that could break their friendship forever. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your friends. Also, tell me in the comments what would you do if you're best. The following week, things grew even more complicated. Daniel had started sitting with Emma and Olivia at lunch. For him, it was innocent. He genuinely enjoyed spending time with both of them, unaware of the silent tension simmering just beneath the surface. One afternoon, as they sat under the oak tree in the school courtyard, Daniel handed Emma a small folded paper. "I know you like sketching," he said, smiling softly. "I saw this contest online. Maybe you should enter?" Emma's heart nearly stopped. He noticed her art. He cared. Olivia, sitting right beside them, clenched her jaw. She wanted to be happy for her friend, but jealousy stabbed her chest like a knife. She had known Daniel for years. How could Emma suddenly become the center of his attention? Later that evening, Olivia called Emma. "You like him, don't you?" she asked bluntly. Emma hesitated, then sighed. "Liv, I didn't mean for this to happen, but yes, I like him." Silence filled the line. Olivia's voice cracked when she finally spoke. "So do I." The world seemed to crash around them. The best friends who once shared everything from sleepovers to secrets now stood on opposite sides of an invisible battle. From that moment on, things changed. Olivia began trying harder to win Daniel's attention. She wore brighter outfits, laughed louder at his jokes, and found excuses to be near him. Emma, on the other hand, stayed true to herself, quiet, thoughtful, and always carrying her sketchbook. Daniel, oblivious to the rivalry, continued being his kind self. But even he couldn't ignore the growing distance between Emma and Olivia. Is something wrong between you two? He asked one day. Emma forced a smile. We're fine. Olivia added quickly. Yeah, we're fine. But they weren't. The breaking point came during the school dance. The gym was filled with glittering lights, music pulsing through the speakers, and laughter echoing everywhere. Daniel walked in, looking effortlessly handsome in his suit. Both Emma and Olivia's hearts raced. Halfway through the night, Daniel approached Emma. Would you like to dance? He asked, offering his hand. Emma's breath caught, but before she could answer, Olivia slipped between them with a dazzling smile. Actually, Daniel, I was just about to ask you the same thing. Daniel blinked, surprised, but nodded politely. Emma stood frozen, her chest aching as she watched her best friend twirl away with the boy she loved. Tears stung her eyes, and she slipped out of the gym quietly, her sketchbook clutched to her chest. But Daniel noticed. His eyes followed her retreating figure, and something inside him shifted. From that moment on, things changed. Olivia began trying harder to win Daniel's attention. She wore brighter outfits, laughed louder at his jokes, and found excuses to be near him. Emma, on the other hand, stayed true to herself, quiet, thoughtful, and always carrying her sketchbook. Daniel, oblivious to the rivalry, continued being his kind self. But even he couldn't ignore the growing distance between Emma and Olivia. Is something wrong between you two? He asked one day. Emma forced a smile. We're fine, Olivia added quickly. Yeah, we're fine. But they weren't. The breaking point came during the school dance. The gym was filled with glittering lights, music pulsing through the speakers, and laughter echoing everywhere. Daniel walked in, looking effortlessly handsome in his suit. Both Emma and Olivia's hearts raced. Halfway through the night, Daniel approached Emma. Would you like to dance? He asked, offering his hand. Emma's breath caught, but before she could answer, Olivia slipped between them with a dazzling smile. Actually, Daniel, I was just about to ask you the same thing. Daniel blinked, surprised, but nodded politely. Emma stood frozen, her chest aching as she watched her best friend twirl away with the boy she loved. Tears stung her eyes, and she slipped out of the gym quietly, her sketchbook clutched to her chest. But Daniel noticed. His eyes followed her retreating figure, and something inside him shifted. The next morning, Emma sat alone at the park, sketching furiously to drown her emotions. She drew the twinkling lights of the dance, the blurred faces, and finally, Daniel, standing between her and Olivia. She hadn't noticed someone walking up until a shadow fell over her sketchbook. Emma, Daniel's voice was gentle. She looked up, startled. Why did you leave last night? Emma's lips trembled. Because I couldn't watch. Daniel sat beside her. Watch what? She hesitated, then whispered. You and Olivia. She likes you. And I do too. But she's my best friend. I don't want to hurt her. Daniel's eyes softened. He reached out and gently closed her sketchbook. Emma, the truth is, I've always admired you. Your art, your quiet strength, the way you see the world differently. I thought you didn't feel the same. Her heart skipped. You, like me? He nodded, his gaze unwavering. Yes, but I don't want to come between you and Olivia. That's something only you can decide. For days, Emma wrestled with her feelings. She couldn't bear losing Olivia, but she also couldn't deny the pull she felt toward Daniel. Eventually, she met Olivia at their favorite coffee shop. The air was heavy with unspoken words. I know you like him, Olivia said flatly. Emma's eyes filled with tears. And I know he likes you. Olivia's mask cracked, pain flashing across her face. Do you love him? Emma swallowed hard. Yes. Silence. Then Olivia let out a shaky laugh. Then go to him. I'd rather lose him than lose you forever. But maybe we've already lost something, haven't we? Emma reached for her hand, but Olivia pulled away. Their friendship, though not shattered completely, would never be the same. That evening, Emma met Daniel under the oak tree where it all began. The golden sunset painted the sky as he looked at her with that gentle smile. So, is this our beginning? He asked softly. Emma's heart ached. but for the first time it also felt full. Yes, but it comes with a cost. Daniel squeezed her hand. Then let's make it worth it. As they walked away together, Emma couldn't help but glance back, wondering if some loves are worth the price of a broken friendship. And that's the end of today's story. What would you have done if you were Emma or Olivia? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and drop a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one here on Melika Stories.